So here's a random video, and I used to do these random videos a lot more before I started streaming, but now I'm streaming and now it's like, by the way, it's fucking 83 degrees, like the 10th of October or the 9th of October, or the 7th? I don't know what the hell day it is. I ain't paid to know the day. I feel like that's something a football player would say. So, Alexa, set all the lights to maximum.
Okay.
I just did 2 reviews, so I'm hoping this battery holds up for what I'm about to do. So, LS50s, right? Look at them. They're fucking gorgeous. Why is there a hair on them? Chewbacca? Actually, where's Chewbacca? She hasn't been out this morning, which is bothering me. So, when I had the Emotiva B1s up here and I was doing the review of them, I decided to take out the Airmotive 5s so that I could have a matching comparison, and I would switch them over. And then I said, all right, I'll move these to the middle and I'll run my center channel pre-out, and I'll use this whole, both of them as a center channel, which is doable. Because if I had just these as my TV speakers, this would be fine. You'd be able to sit down and watch and it'd be centered and you'd have center image. So running them both in mono makes this my center, and my screen comes down and they sit right in the middle, and it's, oh. So I was watching shit yesterday, and these are indeed amazing speakers, and you all know this. But now I've got LS50s, so I could just remove this entirely and just run LS50s with a phantom center, which means no center, which means that the center image is just a mono signal sent to both. And then as long as I'm sitting sort of like here, it sounds perfect. The problem is I might have people over. And when you have people over and I have my couch is this, didn't sound the cat, did I? Guess where the sound sounds like it's coming from? Basically there, and it's not good. So if I'm having a big event, Zeos has to put aside his lust for phantom centers and put an actual center channel. Now I don't own a legit, I actually don't own a single horizontal center channel. I could use a single speaker in any context, but why would I do that? That's not a very Zeos thing to do. Besides, if you have a TV, like just a TV, and you put a little center channel here and say, oh, it's cute, and that's it. Although personally, if you could have your left and right far enough out, having stands like this to the left and right, and then using that as a center, still messes things up a bit when you're over here, because you're not getting it, but at least it's coming from the middle. And with the projection screen down, it's even more the middle. So what I'm going to do right now is something that's going to be, I'm hoping, I've never tried it, so we're going to see if it works. Well, you won't see if it works. I'll see if it works tonight, because life is happening and businesses are open, and I will get yelled at if movies play, probably by the police. So we're going to need that. We're going to need one of these. I no longer need, actually I might need the blocks, but I no longer need these babies. So let's go shove them back in the closet. One-handed shuffle. I was considering putting the Airmotive 6s in the center, by the way, and I might still at some point, but we're being stupid, so let's be fully stupid today. And yeah, somehow using Airmotive 6s in dual patterns as a center is not fully stupid. So that'll make this an interesting video. What I'm going to do instead, because I should explain what I'm planning, I better put this face to face or I'll shove something through that. This is my expensive closet where the expensive things live. So what I'm going to do, before I pull the Dayton Ultimax out of its hiding spot for its final review, I'm going to use its amplifier, the lovely lightweight Crown 1502, to power a center channel array, which means I'm going to need a set of speaker wires, aren't I? Which I should have somewhere. This is the part of the video where I probably should stop to look, but I feel like I'm not going to. Where the fuck did I put all those speaker wires? Wait, I had a box. Definitely had a box. That's a bass shaker. It's not here. It's not here. You're not it. You're not it. That's electrical stuff. It's not going to be in there. Just the staring at the things, and like here's the the ship cable that I don't really need anymore, but it's like, I'm not gonna throw away. Actually, I could give this away. This could be one of those things that ends up, when you buy things in the Patreon yard sale auctions, I will just eventually throw random 3.5mm connectors in there. Just, I don't need them here. Maybe you could use it. It's in the box. Where the fuck did all my speaker wires go? Think, Cios, think. It's not in that box. I just went in that box yesterday. It's not in that box. I don't think it's in any of these pullouts. You're watching me lose my fucking mind. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad title for this video, is Zeos loses his fucking mind. This is records. What are you? What are you? There you are. Ha! I knew it was in some sort of weird box. Under a keyboard, on a Volvo seat, in a race rig that I haven't used in forever. So let's see. I just need a pair of speaker cables, and honest to God, these fucking mica cables, like, it might seem like I shill, like, oh, Micah sent them to me, they sent me 5 pairs, obviously I'm gonna tell you to buy them. These are so nice. These are so nice. I was so glad that they didn't send me wires and the wires are crap, because I'd still tell you to buy them, but I would feel bad. Like, I'm like, yeah, buy them, they're good. No, these are fucking insane. I hope that other people, like, if you're watching this video and you've bought a set of these mica home audio cables that are 14 gauge, a little tiny plug, and they're translucent brown, and look how straight they are because they roll them. It's like, yeah, fucking yeah. So now what I'm doing, because as long as I have these turned sideways, they fit behind the screen, is I'm gonna move this over a bit to where that brick ends, move this over a bit to where that brick ends, and now I've got to decide if I'm doing that. And now I'm getting out this piece of wood, because why wouldn't I get out a piece of wood? What is Zeos doing? Zeos, what the fuck are you doing? It's not for Zeos to tell you what he's doing. Zeos is showing you what he's doing. Oh, there's so much cat hair on that. Chewbacca, get out here. I'm worried about you now. I may have to take a break and actually see if my cat is okay. She's probably fine. I heard a weird growl meow this morning and it blew my mind. So now we're going to obviously drape yoga mat over this. That's gonna be real dangerous. Holy shit, I just realized how narrow that is. The plan is, since I'm using LS50s, the plan is to use the Q100s as a center channel, like that. This is the plan. You're witnessing the plan. I mean, that's on the scale of 0 being failure and 100 being absolutely going to work. I'm giving this a 74, because I mean they're deep. They're actually a little front heavy, so I could push them back a little more. I'm trying to feel through the edge of this. Like, I don't think that's, like, there's no vibration that's ever going to make this come off. And this is obviously not something you guys are going to do. How's my height? I could take these covers off if I really felt like I could take the covers off, but I think, oh, fucking perfect. Maybe these are like an inch taller, but yeah, we're gonna put those there, and I'll size up how they are centered. And the closer I put these, I don't want to put them too close together, because then there'll be really weird things. I'd rather keep them a little bit further apart, because we are doing some experimenting. Because now these are coaxial, and if I'm sitting over here, that should still sound pretty fucking good. In fact, I could be a ball. Look, I'm gonna test with the screen up. I obviously won't be able to see the video, but I might try like an extreme tilt like that, because this way, when you're over here, you're getting that speaker, and now it's basically doing like the ohms do, where they crisscross. Let's get other things hooked up. I'm going to, oh, I love these mods. These wires are great. Being a salesman is easy when the products you're selling are easy. Like, are good. They aren't shit. When shit is shit, There's no way you could. I refuse. But when shit is great, it's like, oh man, this is fucking nice. I like when people tell me, oh, I bought the thing and it's great. So what helps is not lying about anything, and then, you know, having the product not be garbage. Okay, this. You'll do. That's done. I can't. Alexa, turn on the amplifiers.
Okay.
Okay. I don't know where to set this. We're gonna find out in a minute. Actually, I have the, because I had powered monitors here, my receiver, the center setting is like +9 decibels, because sending it out and then splitting it, and it just needed like a ton of power to make it go. Actually, I could probably point this forward a little more for you guys. Setup down, speaker setup, speaker settings, speaker config, level calibration, center. Let's make it 0 for now. I'll leave it on that screen. Now I should only have to use the single wire, because this has, if you recall my review of this, channel 1 should be able to put a Y splitter in digitally. Menu, here it's set to stereo, so we're gonna go to menu. Amp mode, which is next. No, amp mode is that. Input Y. Boom. Crossover. Channel 1. No crossover. System. That's it. Input Y. It should be all I need to do. It's ready to rock and roll. So let's put back on the test tone. Level calibration. Left. Center's got nothing because it's showing me input though, so. Wake up the subwoofer, which we don't want to do. So you could actually, I could hear the test tone change as I move because of the weirdness. But I will say the tone overall is all KEF. Actually, I could lay these down, which would be even easier. We're building a KEF center, by the way. This is us building. Now, ideally, let me talk about the ideal center channel. Is big enough to match your left and right, number one. That's a rule that I made up, but it's a good rule. And usually you want a verticalness to it so that you don't have, because you ever see those center channels and it's speaker here, and then a tweeter in the middle. I don't like those, because again, the speaker here and speaker here, when you're off axis, it's sort of, but at least it's only one tweeter. And there's ones that have three-way, which have a vertical, literally a vertical speaker, a little tweeter, then a mid-range, and then the two like bass. And that's better because it keeps it in line. Now this is not in line. Dude, this could be in line. Holy shit. Now we're getting, I'd have to. All right, here's what I'm thinking. Should I not like the left and right of this? I could literally flip these just on top of each other, get a vertical array of the two drivers, take this phone box out, drop it down, and then put, ooh, that would be, now we're getting some serious Zeos shit. And you notice I'm not pulling out a sound pressure level meter to play with this, because I'm just getting it rough. I usually get it roughed in. And I was using the sound pressure level meter at the perfect thing, and I would sit down and watch a movie, and it would just feel like there wasn't enough here, and I'd end up going in and raising it anyway. So now, I do the test tone by ear, I put on movies that I know, and I listen to like Saving Private Ryan, the entire beach landing scene. If I hear bullets ricocheting more on the right than the left, I raise the left. If I hear it more on the left side and I raise that. I lower this if it's too much. I just sort of balance it. It's never going to be perfect. You just need it to feel right to the human ear, which is what most people have human ears. Some people don't. Okay, so this is now, that's done. Obviously, your wife will not allow this. Unless you have a very special woman. All call for a very special woman who will allow me to dick around in the living room like this. So let's try. I just feel like there's fucking sand on it. If I'm doing this precariously, balancing it in front of my television. So now we've got, here, we'll take the grills off. Oh, the ports are plugged. Thank God I took the grills off. I forgot, I don't want to lose the port plugs. Put that there. Pull these out here. So now I'll lower that down because that's way too high. Is it way too high? Is it way too high, or is it just, it's obviously not centered, but. Immediately better. So here's the thing. So now it's a vertical array. So unless I'm like 10 feet tall for a second and laying on the floor, you're gonna be in the range of both of those are hitting you. They're just up too high. So what's the best way to do this without making a cock of myself on camera? I'm guessing that down, and then somehow again without, by the way, if you support me on Patreon, you pay me to do this. Just pointing that out. So now I could slide these over. Where's my balance? Because now the whole, it's a giant big, oh, nothing I'm doing is correct and right. That one under there, that's not helping. That seems aight. Line them up perfectly. This is the fun part of audio. This is why I like doing audio. Because there's no one will recommend this. You go to any forum, you find me a forum post, in fact that's the dedication. You find me the forum post where someone says, why don't you try doing this? When you stack the speakers, no one will fucking touch this. My center line, by the way, is that tile between the fireplace. Right there is I could eyeball it all the way back to here and see where my center is. I'm a little bit too far to the left. So that's one of the benefits of having a KEF, is the coaxial. I'm not dealing with a tweeter and a woofer and then you have to sort of guess in the middle. No, this is an absolute. I'm gonna lean it forward a little bit. If it falls back, it's breaking my TV. Falls forward, it's hitting the back of my projection screen, which might be worse. Yes, this is feeling like old school Zeos. Okay, so let's put on the level calibration again. Let's sit down. Dude, zeros. I basically put that up to full and then backed it off 4 notches, which is nice for having a notching volume control. So yeah, we're just, this is it. My surround sound is ready to go. Well, let me check my, not equalizer, what am I looking for? Speaker distance, speaking config. Front cutoff 60 hertz. I don't want to blow them up, and if I'm doing surround sound stuff, I want most of it offloaded to that. Because again, it's still the same problems that plague this will plague this, where it's only a 5 1/4, which is another wonderful thing when I start comparing the two, because it's the same size driver, but $900 more. So that'll be fun. So front cutoff 60, center cutoff 60 again. Yes. Surrounds 80 and 80, and the 2-channel in the rear, and the low pass filter for the LFE is 90. Return, 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 return. We're done. It's gonna be, quite interesting little concept here to watch things. I can move this. Yes. Once the screen is down, no one gives a shit what's behind it. The only thing I got to worry about is this wire, which is, this is the longest one I have, is a 12-footer. Don't need this. This is why people enjoy coming over to watch movies with me, because they never know what's going to be here. Will it be the ohms? Will it be the ohms in the center? Will it be little baby ohms in the center? Will it be just the big ohms? I can move the big ohms into the middle and make them a center. Fuck. It just is all sorts of shit. So let's put on a movie. Just quickly, I want to just... Good, battery died. I want to hear dialogue for a second. I was saying... Dude, I'm just impressed with the way that I want a clusterfuck. I want double KEFs there and double KEFs there. Oh, I get some more LS50s. Just keep piling them up. So, what's a good talky movie? I want a talky movie. A movie that talks to me. Run, bitch, run. Perfect. Rocketeer is good. Pacific Rim has... I want something that the subwoofer is not going to call the police here right now without me shutting off the subwoofer. Pan's Labyrinth is probably... I haven't actually seen Pan's Labyrinth. I downloaded it to watch it. Judge Dredd, the original Judge Dredd. No. Highlanders. Modern movie with talking. Hitman actually has pretty good, like, quiet riffing scenes. Of course, I go right to the giant action scene. That's perfect. You know what? Maybe this is the wrong movie. The soundtrack is murderous. Fight Club again. Oh, Frighteners. There you go. Classic. We gotta skip past the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Johnny Barley.
Any comments, Johnny? Got me a score 12, sir. That's one more than Starkweather.
6 years earlier, Charles Starkweather had murdered 11 people in a Nebraska killing spree.
Guess that makes me public enemy #1.
Wow.
50-year-old
I am honestly impressed by how even that sounds across the room. Because even with the dedicated center, like I was saying, when you move, when you just use your ears and you move from a far left position and you're just listening for the tones and the static and the volume to change, there's nothing. If I ever got back into doing professional installs, which I haven't done in a while, I would love, there's $1 million houses around here, and I'd love to walk in and just fuck everybody up, because I would want to do a job and do shit like this. Like, what? What is even happening here? And I'll tell you what's happening here. Is it sounds fucking phenomenal. Because no one else will try this. Because no one else, everyone else will be like, oh no, that's not how you're supposed to do it. I went to CDI. I have a CDI, my THX certification. Fuck you. Experiment. See what sounds good. Because you know what? You might surprise you.
The daughter of the hospital administrator was also implicated in the killings. She was madly in love with the psychopath Bartlett.
I was in her house this afternoon.
Well, that's just terrific, honey. We've been in town for 3 months, and you're making friends with the Manson family.
Perfect. It's fucking perfect. This is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna watch, by the way, tonight is... I'm almost caught up fully with My Hero Academia, and I want this. I would love... I'm also an advocate to putting subwoofers on every channel, and I haven't had the Martin Logans hooked up in a while. If I hook the Martin Logans up, the problem is I can't run full... Dude, there's a whole bunch of... My brain is just fucking fucking do it. So I have the mini DSP here, which currently is running out to that subwoofer. And I've got a little tweak, just where there's a room node where I know it is, and I just bumped it up a little bit, and it just oozes out the subwoofer, which is why the subwoofer is now God. And when I review the mini DSP fully, I'll go into that, because I could actually hook up 3 more subwoofers to that mini DSP and adjust fucking delays and fix all the room nodes. It all meld together, and it would be fucking stupid. I won't do that right now. When I do that sub, I'm gonna give it a whirl. I actually have my measuring mic. My measuring microphone's been sitting here in the sun, which is probably bad for it, for like 3 weeks. Because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna use my measuring microphone for the first time, and I'm gonna get that subwoofer tuned for the proper listening position, which, by the way, is here. Not back where the couch is. The couch is moved back, so I have space to invert. Sort of sweet, straight up tea. Snapple, you better still be selling Snapple in glass bottles. I'm gonna be really pissed. That was the whole reason I drank Snapple, because the cold glass bottle was amazing. Apparently switching to plastic. Is that? Dude, it's so... My brain is just throwing me off that that's not even. I kind of want one of those to flip the other way and have it hang over. That's... Zeos is stupid. He ain't that stupid. But right now, what's going on is I've makeshifted a amazing center channel.
2,200 volts of electricity.
Wow.
In the life of Johnny Bart.
I could just have one speaker there. I could just put one of the... Was just one of them there, and this would be just one. I could just stand it up. It'd be one. But fuck it. Let's do two. I've not heard a negative from having the two. I could just turn one of those knobs down, and then I'll have only one. But like I've said before, and I will repeat it in this random video on my secondary channel, you want a center channel that is more powerful and bigger and better and badder than your left and rights. And since I'm using LS50s, which do have a higher sound capability, I tested that last night, this seems like the best way to go about it. And it's definitely better to have it in a vertical configuration. Now, you guys can't do this at home unless you have a projection screen that's audio transparent. Or you'll be doing this. And don't, like, I put my TV up where celebrities put it, which is fucking there. It's not worth living. Life's not worth living. Kill yourself. Because I've seen that in houses on like Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, which is not that. It was Cribs after that, and then it was whatever the current revision of Cribs is. And everyone's got these TVs that are like you have to be laying down fully to look up high enough to see the television. And this is where the television belongs. I'm sitting comfortably, roughly at couch height, and I'm looking straight forward, and it's just, there it is. When I did my cousins, I was like, sit down on the couch. And then I held like a paper plate up against the wall. I'm like, open your eyes. And when he opened his eyes, I said, okay, now don't move your eyes. Where are you looking? And he was looking at the top of the paper plate. I close it, sit down again, try it again. I moved the paper plate up a little bit. Now where are you looking? Dead center of the paper plate. All right, perfect. We marked that. That's where the center of the TV went. Right where he was looking. So this is right where I'd be looking if I sat down and just opened my eyes. That's why the projection screen is so fucking weird. It could slide up and down when I assembled it, and I put it right where it was gonna just feel perfect. And that's how we live now. That's how Zeos lives. By the way, I'm just looking at this, and it's fucking amazing. I feel like I should Instagram this. I do have an Instagram. It's mostly for my car stuff, but I might throw a random...
The unrepentant killer.
Oh my god.
And they threw the...
Alright, that's a lot of subwoofer happening now. We gotta not do that. Fear and Loathing.
You fellas haven't been a...
Maybe I better have a chat with this boy, I thought. Perhaps, if I explain things, he'll rest easy.
All right, listen. There's one thing you should probably understand. Can you hear me? Good. I want you to have all the background. This is a very ominous assignment, with overtones of extreme personal danger. I'm a doctor of journalism, man. This is important, goddammit.
That's fucking great. This is important, goddammit.
The fucking true story. Shit. Hey, what are you doing? Get your hands on my fucking neck! No.
Our vibrations were getting nasty. But why? Was there no communication in this car?
If you haven't seen Fear and Loathing, get the fuck off your ass and watch this. Stop watching YouTube. Go watch something made professionally. With heart and soul and fucking craziness. So now that will just sit there being cold all the time. I don't have to worry about that. And it'll go off with the amplifiers because it's set up on the thing that she controls is here. And that's plugged into that, which is my blah 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 power conditioner that I reviewed. And the power conditioner goes to these cables, which are split, which I wired together to power the amps, and this, or actually was power to subs and passive and active speakers. So four plugs shut off when I tell her to shut them off. We're good. And I think I'm going to lower my screen now because I can't do anything else anyway. So I'm not going to turn on the projector because it's bright daylight out, and it's going to be, until I get, and I have plenty of space here, by the way. I would have to do a rail system and a full blackout curtain, motorized blackout curtain that comes down, which would suck over there where the air conditioner is. I don't know how I would deal. Okay, guess what? That's why we check things. Putting these sideways has caused that to be an issue. I would have sucked if they got hit on camera. Oh my god. Zeos' reputation ruined in one GIF. So now I could sort of just, so I can get it damn close, and I know the tolerances are not like this isn't gonna move. This isn't gonna move. And I had these angled in quite a bit because I was trying to do some just straight music listening, and I think they'd like it. And I could turn these up on end like they're supposed to be. They're obviously laying on their side, but I wanted to get just a little bit lower. Now that I have it lined up with that, I don't want to raise these any higher. So we'll do that. We'll do a little bit of a twist, and then we'll try to match it, which will be much harder to do now that I can't see down the side, because that's how I usually go about. That fucking shiny thing. So how much space is here? One fingertip. Too small. So I'll back it up. Because those subs I know are in the right spot. Fit a finger there. Ooh, can't fit a finger there. So we got to pull that over. Go for that tightness. Go for the tightness, bro. Okay. Actually, where does this look like it lines up? Pointed at the front. Not pointed at the front. So this could, I'll bring that out instead of putting this back. Things have just been moved. That lines up with the front of the screen. That lines up with the front of the screen. I can still align the subwoofers from back here by eye, and this is all get in the middle, and then you're seeing the same amount of the side, so they're good. The floor is a little uneven on that side, so the thing actually tilts. I haven't gotten OCD enough to start fucking with that. All right, we're gonna go point of the corner right into the middle of this, and then I'll just align it as we go. I'll leave like a 1/4 inch. If you don't do this, you don't love your home theater. That's why Zeos loves home theater. That's why Zeos does this job. Okay, so centered. Sort of lean back. I'm seeing the gap, and I'm not seeing the gap. This is the part of the video that you wish the battery would have died and stayed dead. Okay. You heard how sticky they are. It's not like they're going to fall off because they're slightly off center on this thing. Good. Oh, another thing. I'm tempted to just remove these and put them back in the box. I never actually use the screw downs on a speaker. Like I could just take this off because this is still going to go in, and you're guaranteed this doesn't loosen and start rattling back there with the low end. So that might be Zeos life tip. By the way, I love how these are smoked. Just to give a more ominous thing. I do not want to lose these. These are not mine. Someone bought these from Music Direct and sent them to me. So we'll just make sure they're tight and not going to rattle. And now I can shut my TV off in the back. Dr. Gonzo, where's my remote? Dr. Gonzo, you piece of shit. You dirty bastard. Actually, where the hell is my remote? None of this matters. I just wanted to show you that because this is now what's happening. And if I was ever going to do, like, when this is not my office and I actually get a house to live in and I have a home theater, I'm gonna have all this shit built in a room within a room, so I can walk around where I'm not actually in it. There will be no wires. It'll just be the wires will come in for a split second and it'll do things. Like there'll be an entire wall that is just transparent screen, and I'll be able to open a door and go around and go behind the screen like a real movie theater, and then set all my celluloid films, burn down all the Nazis in it. Did I really lose my TV remote? People have been watching. That's the receiver remote. Pockets are empty. Here it is. It's under the paper towel. Good, because this no longer needs to be on. Tonight it'll be projector and movie time. Maybe I'll watch a movie again. I don't know. I'll watch Split, by the way. And if you haven't seen Split, go watch Split. Little thing. I loved M. Night Shyamalan. I saw Sixth Sense on a bus. I never really got it. Like, oh yeah, okay, he's dead. But every movie after that, Signs, The Village, Unbreakable, fucking excellent. And then I took my whole family to see The Happening, and I made them pay the extra money to go to the better theater, and I fucking never will hear the end of that. I will regret it forever. The Happening was garbage. My friend said yesterday he hadn't seen The Happening. I'm like, you know what? I'm jealous. Because now the new one, Split, good. Solid movie. And at the end, I got a full erection from a thing that happens at the very end. But yeah, okay, so you just witnessed this, and inversion tables, and still some weights, and then we'll go. So, check links, I guess? I don't even know what I'm thinking. I don't care.